Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. Look, this one, shout out to my sponsor Creo for making it really easy for me to do source modification of my source documents. So we use electronic source. We're actually getting busier right now at Yuma Clinical Trials. We are getting new studies, and we're actually getting super busy with patients from something I'm going to announce soon as far as how we're getting these patient leads sent to us. I have a huge announcement to make probably early next year, but for now I wanted to talk to you about something that is overlooked way too much in clinical research, and it comes from a quality assurance, quality control perspective, and it is study drug intervention. So everybody worries, and correctly so, about the big things, right? Inclusion, exclusion, informed consent, SAEs, AEs, IP accountability, all that stuff's important. But what often goes overlooked is study drug intervention or rescue med usage or necessity for adjusting meds during intervention of some of these studies. Because, especially in studies like diabetic studies, when you've got glucose, you worry about things like hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia. You also potentially worry about GI disturbances and other things too. Hepatic issues, cardiovascular issues. A lot of these lab results, when the patient's already in, we tend to breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, good, patient's in, they're randomized, I could relax, it's on autopilot. No, you can't. You cannot relax. Patient safety is of the utmost importance. Their lab results tell you a lot of things about what's going on with them. The protocol, and that should be done anyways. PIs and sub-Is, clinicians, they need to be doing that anyways. But these protocols sometimes have particular lab values that they may or may not even flag. Meaning, you may miss it if you're not careful. So I've completely redone our source on Creo. I dissected the protocol and went through every lab value that the sponsor deems important. And I made a separate Creo entry for every one of them at every visit that we need them. And I basically put out there like the chart. If this lab value is seen and the patient's baseline was this level for this particular result, you need to do this. Or if this lab value was below this threshold and the patient's baseline was above this threshold, you need to do this as per protocol. The current study I have has about 4 or 5 things you need to look out for that are all on different lab values, that if you're not paying attention and if you didn't memorize this protocol, you're going to overlook because the labs don't always flag them. And then the action that the site has to take varies depending on the situation. So I basically spent hours this week and I'm almost done. And somebody told me you're never done revising source, but I'm close to being satisfied with being done for now after hours of revising the source. So I'm just telling you guys, I'm telling you this is important. If we're almost missing these things, I know there's sites out there, not that we're perfect or anything, certainly not, but I know there's sites out there that are not even aware. I don't want you to get caught off guard. So go look at your protocol. Don't depend on the labs to automatically flag stuff. They should, but they don't all the time. And then what do? And some of these things are not dependent on labs. They're dependent on the patient symptoms. Well, you need to go look in the protocol. What happens if the patient is expressing this symptom? What can you do? What can you not do? What are you supposed to do in order? You guys need to know these things and at least have them put in your source. So I've got the source now to where you don't even need to know the protocol. Like a new coordinator, as long as they know the fundamentals of research, can walk in and do a study visit the way the source is designed. And that's what you got to do, and that falls on the lead CRC or the site director or the owners. This is not an entry-level task. This is something you can definitely teach entry-level people, which I will as soon as my 2 newest coordinators come in. but it's important, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Bye bye.